Alright, Schlockmeister fans, in celebration of Friday the 13th, we're going to watch Friday the 13th Part 3, the Blu-ray. Let's check it out. Our film starts out with a rehash of the previous two films, or in this case, Part 2.
Come to Mommy. Come on.
At the end of Part 2, Jason was believed to have been dead, but as you see, he is not. The news is talking about the slaughter the night before.
Reports of a grisly mass murder scene. 8 corpses have been discovered in what is already being called the most brutal and heinous crime in local history.
Here's that woman's husband, Harold.
Didn't I feed you enough for supper? The doctor said you have to lose weight now, didn't he? You know, I'm trying to help you, but you just keep sneaking food behind my back.
A few minutes later, Harold's gonna get it. And the wife is next. Kids are getting together to go to camp, and here's Shelly.
God damn it, Shelly. Why do you always have to be such an asshole? Beg your pardon. I'm not an asshole. I'm an actor. Same thing.
So here's all the gang going off to go camping.
What do you got in there?
My whole world.
And that little thing?
Crazy Ralph died in the previous movies.
Upon this omen.
So here's the new guy with an eyeball.
From whence ye came, I have warned thee.
Here's the lead couple in this movie, Chris and Rick.
Rick?
My imagination, or did it just get cold in here?
Here's Shelly once again dying, but like before.
Oh, you did it? Don't touch him, man.
Don't move him!
They have a run-in with 3 bikers in town.
Can I buy you two guys a beer or something?
I'll take that then. Is this your rubber?
As they're leaving, he accidentally runs their bikes over.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit, it's right.
But they're able to get out of there without being attacked. Of course, that doesn't stop them from following them, though. Hell-bent on revenge. Now, we didn't actually see it happen, but a chick named Fox got it. And this guy, Loco, who discovered her, he's about to get it too. Lastly is Ali. He's not going to fare much better. These two are about to have sex in the hammock.
I think you can figure something out.
I'll think of something.
I knew my parents.
Chris tells a story about something that happened to her last time she was here years ago.
We had such a good time. The minute I walked in the door, my parents started yelling at me and cursing me.
And she got attacked by some strange mutant man.
I was so hysterical, I don't know how I was even able to think, but I kicked the knife out of his hands and I ran.
And when he pops out of the water, notice the hockey mask. A few minutes later, somebody else appears with that hockey mask. But it's not Shelly.
What are you doing? Hey, now cut that out right now. That's not funny. Andy!
Here's this guy Andy walking on his hands. reading a Fangoria magazine. She's next.
Where's this coming from?
Now we saw Jason wearing Shelly's hockey mask,
Nice makeup job.
although this time Shelly's not kidding.
Stop fooling around, man.
Stoner guy gets it in the basement. Meanwhile, his girlfriend's gonna get it with a fireplace poker. This guy's gonna get his head squished. And this looks really cool in 3D in the theater. And the body finds are starting to happen. Here comes Rick. Jason has Chris cornered. The chase eventually leads out to the barn. She's able to get a rope around his neck so she can hang him. But Jason is tough. Apparently, Ali the biker wasn't dead. But he will be soon. And this time, the axe to the head finally took him down. Just like in the previous two films, when you think it's over, is it a dream? Must have been a dream, because here she is the next morning being taken away. And our final shot zooms in on Jason, who apparently is dead. Unless the film makes a lot of money. Alright, let's talk about Friday the 13th Part 3, 3D. I started watching this on Friday the 13th. I'm ending it on Saturday the 14th, so whatever, right? Anyway, this is actually my favorite of the Friday the 13th movies. A little bit nostalgic for me too, perhaps, because I saw this in the movie theater. I was a little kid, but I had a friend of my mom's who loved horror movies, and she said she would take me to them. So I saw this, The Howling, Ghost Story, American Werewolf in London, good times. So anyway, this was the first Friday the 13th movie I saw in the theater, and I saw it in 3D. And again, like I said, this is my favorite movie. I think I like the opening theme song for one thing. It's got a little funkiness to it. And I don't know, I just thought this was the best of the series. Of all the movies, I think this one was probably the best. I really liked Freddy vs. Jason too, although that's totally different from these types of films. Anyway, this came out, I think, in 1982 is when this came out. These were put out by Paramount. Paramount was pumping these things out almost about one a year. I think they didn't like the franchise. They hated it overall, but these things made money. People kept going to see them, and they just kept churning them out time after time. Now, this is the one, obviously, where Jason gets his iconic hockey mask for the first time. He took it off of Shelly after he killed him, and he's worn the hockey mask ever since. So that's pretty cool to see the origin of the hockey mask. I think there's only like one, maybe a brief second nude scene in this movie too. A little less nudity in this movie than in some of the other ones. Also, the cast member of this movie, nobody who really actually went on to do much of anything else that I'm aware of, unless I'm missing somebody. Again, just like the other movies, had a little rehash of the first two films. Actually, I think it was just basically they rehashed the second film in this one. This one, I think, takes place like the day after, and maybe 2 days after the part two ended. So, and unlike the other two movies, this one doesn't take place in a on a camp somewhere, or not like like a summer camp for kids. This is just, I think, a couple of friends who are getting together just to go to some cabin in the woods and have some fun for the weekend. So, anyway, like I said, it's available on Blu-ray. You can get this probably for about $10 or so. On eBay if you're looking for it. It's also available in an entire Blu-ray set. You can get like all 12 movies, I think it is, on Blu-ray. And now that thing is pretty pricey. I think it runs around $300 or so. I don't have it. It'd be kind of cool if I did, but I don't, so whatever. But yeah, you can get this. It comes with 3D glasses too. I don't have a 3D TV, although I don't know if you need a 3D TV with this, but I don't think it's the best 3D anyway, so I did not open them up or anything. They're just sitting in there. So, but anyway, bottom line is, yeah, this is my favorite Friday the 13th movie. I'm just curious, which is your favorite Friday the 13th movie? Let me know what you think about this one, and let me know what you think about this series in general. Leave some comments down below. We'll talk about it. It's Friday the 13th Part 3, my favorite. Check it out. Bye.